Hello and welcome to Calm English. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jake. It's so good to have you here with us today. Take a slow, easy breath and let your shoulders drop. There is nothing to hurry for.
If you are new here, this is a slow English podcast. We speak slowly and we keep our words simple, so you can just relax, listen, and follow along.
You don't need to understand every single word. That is completely okay. Just let the language flow past you, gently, like turning the pages of a quiet book.
And if you like, you can read the words on the screen while you listen. Listening and reading together is a wonderful, calm way to learn.
So get comfortable, maybe make a warm drink, or turn the lights down low. There is nothing to finish here, and nowhere you need to be.
Today, our topic is warm and soft and very close to the heart. We are going to talk about the comfort of books.
Books, stories, the quiet joy of reading. There is something about a good book that can hold us, like a kind, patient friend. So let's slow down and talk about it.
We'll talk about getting lost in a story, a favorite book from childhood, reading before sleep, libraries and bookshops, and how a book can change the way we see the world.
But first, let's look at a few words. We call this part today's words. We will use them many times, so let's learn them now, slowly and gently.
Our first word is book. Book. A book is a set of pages joined together with words or pictures that we read. For example, I keep a book beside my bed.
The second word is story. Story. A story is a tale about people and the things that happen to them. For example, my grandmother told me a story every night.
The third word is read. Read. To read means to look at words and understand what they mean. For example, I love to read a few quiet pages before I sleep.
And the fourth word is imagine. Imagine. To imagine means to make a picture in your mind. For example, when I read, I imagine the places in the story.
So, again, our four words. Book, story, read, and imagine. Don't worry about remembering them perfectly. You will hear them many times today.
Let's say them once more, slowly. Book, a set of pages we read. Story, a tale about people. Read, to look at words and understand them.
And imagine, to make a picture in your mind. Lovely. Now, with these gentle words ready, let's begin our slow talk about the comfort of books, Jake.
Thank you, Emma. I think one of the loveliest things is getting lost in a good story. It means you forget everything around you, because the book has carried you away.
Oh, yes. It's a beautiful kind of magic. You sit down with a book and the room fades. The clock seems to stop. And suddenly an hour has slipped by unnoticed.
Exactly. Your eyes move across the page, and a whole world opens up in your mind. You can almost hear the voices, see the rooms, and feel the weather.
That word, world, is a nice one here. We don't mean the planet, we mean the whole little place the story builds for you, with its own people and feelings.
Yes, and the wonderful thing is you build that world too. The writer gives you the words, and you, the reader, imagine the rest. It is a quiet sort of teamwork.
I love that, Jake. When I read about a small house by the sea, I see my own house. So the same book looks a little different inside every reader.
That's so true. No two people ever read quite the same book. We each color it with our own memories and our own gentle imagination.
Let me ask you something. Do you remember a favorite book from when you were a child? A story you loved when you were very young?
Oh, I do. There was a picture book about a little bear who could not sleep. He walked through the dark house, looking for his mother. Every page was warm.
That sounds so sweet. A picture book for our listeners is a book for young children with big, lovely pictures and only a few words on each page.
Yes. My mother read it to me again and again until I knew every word by heart. I couldn't read yet, but I would turn the pages and say the words.
There is something special about being read to as a child, isn't there? The warm voice, the closeness, lying against someone you love while a story floats softly over you.
It really is one of the kindest gifts, and that is where the comfort of books begins. Long before we can read, a story already means love and safety and rest.
For me, the book I remember most was about a girl who had a secret garden, a quiet, hidden place behind a locked door where everything had grown wild and green.
Oh, a garden. What a lovely thing to imagine. And a secret, too. Children love secrets in stories because a secret feels like a small treasure that belongs only to you.
Yes, exactly. I would read it under my blanket with a little torch, a small flashlight, late at night. The story felt like it was mine alone.
I did that too. Reading by torchlight, hiding from bedtime. Every reader has done it at least once. It's a small, sweet thing, all for the love of a story.
It is. And that brings us to one of my favorite things, Jake, reading in bed at night just before sleep. Do you do that?
Almost every night. It's a habit. A habit is something you do again and again until it feels natural. A few pages tells my mind the day is over.
That's beautiful. There is something about it, isn't there? The lamp turned low, the house quiet, the world outside dark and still, and just you and the pages of a book.
Yes. It slows everything down. After a busy day, my thoughts can race. But when I read, my breathing settles and my mind grows calm. The story leads me towards sleep.
I read that reading before bed can help us sleep better than a bright screen. The soft, slow act of reading tells the body that it is time to rest.
That makes sense. A screen pulls you out, into a loud, fast world. But a book pulls you in, into a slow, quiet one. One wakes you, the other tucks you in.
Tucks you in. I love that. To tuck someone in means to fold the blankets gently around them at bedtime, and a good book can tuck your mind in, safe.
And it doesn't have to be long or clever, just a few pages. Sometimes I read the same calm chapter again and again because I know it ends in peace.
A chapter, for our listeners, is one part of a longer book. Most books are divided into chapters, so you can rest at the end of each one.
Yes, and I like that you can stop whenever you wish. A book never rushes you. It waits, patiently, exactly where you left it, ready for whenever you come back.
That patience is part of the comfort. In a fast world, a book asks nothing of you. It does not beep or flash or hurry. It simply waits, quiet and kind.
Now, Emma, I have to ask you about something I love, the smell of an old book. Do you know what I mean? That warm, dusty, papery smell?
Oh, I know it well. When you open an old book and lift it close, there's that soft, sweet smell of old paper, a little like dried flowers or warm wood.
It is, and it brings back so many feelings. For me, that smell is libraries, and old bookshops, and long, rainy afternoons spent reading. One breath, and I'm a child again.
A smell can do that, can it? It can carry a memory back to you in a moment. Old books seem to hold the smell of every quiet hour spent reading them.
That's a beautiful thought, as if the book remembers all its readers, all the hands that held it, and all the eyes that traveled slowly across its pages over the years.
Yes, a library book has lived many lives before it reaches you. A library is a place full of books you can borrow and read for free.
I love libraries so much, Emma. There is a special kind of quiet inside them, a soft, gentle quiet where everyone is reading or thinking or resting among the shelves.
It's one of my favorite kinds of silence. Not an empty one, but a full one. A room of quiet people and thousands of waiting stories. You can feel the calm.
And it's such a kind idea. A library says, here are all these wonderful books. Take them home. They cost you nothing. Just bring them back when you're done.
It is one of the most generous things people have ever built. A house of stories, open to everyone, rich or poor, young or old. I find that quietly beautiful.
I do too. I still remember my first library card as a child. It felt like a key to 1,000 worlds. I could choose any book and carry it home.
A library card. What a small, magical thing. Just a little card, but it opens so many doors. I bet many listeners remember theirs and the first book they borrowed.
And then there are the little bookshops. The small ones, tucked down quiet streets with books stacked high and a friendly owner who knows exactly what you might love.
Oh, those small shops are treasures. A bookshop is a store that sells books, but a good little one feels less like a store and more like a warm room.
Yes, I love how you can wander slowly along the shelves with no plan at all until a book seems to quietly call your name.
To wander means to walk slowly with no clear direction just for the pleasure of it. And wandering in a bookshop is one of life's gentle, unhurried joys.
It really is. And sometimes the owner will press a book into your hands and say, "Oh, you must read this one." And often they are right.
There's something lovely about that, isn't there? When someone shares a book they love and it becomes a quiet gift between you, it's one of the warmest ways people connect.
It truly is. And that brings me to something tender, Emma. How the people in a book, the characters, can start to feel like real friends. Has that ever happened to you?
Oh, many times. A character is one of the people in a story, and when a book is written with love, the characters feel as real as anyone you've met.
Yes. You worry about them. You hope for them. You feel sad when they are sad. And when the book ends, you miss them like a friend gone away.
I know that feeling well. You close the last page, and there's a small ache. A goodbye. You've spent so many quiet hours with these people, and now it's over.
And the lovely thing is, they were never really there at all. They are made of words and imagination, yet the love we feel for them is completely real.
That's the deep magic of a story. It can make us care about people who only live on the page, and in caring for them, we practice caring in real life.
What a kind thought, Emma. A story lets us feel what another person feels from the inside. It teaches our hearts to be a little softer.
Yes. When you read about someone different from you, you begin to understand them. You walk a little way in their shoes, and the world feels wider and kinder.
To walk in someone's shoes is a lovely phrase. It means to imagine what their life is like, to feel as they do. A good story lets us do that.
It's one of the quiet powers of reading. It can carry you to another country, another time, another kind of life, and you return home knowing a little more about people.
And that brings me to comfort books, Emma. The ones we read again and again. The stories we return to, like coming home when we are tired or sad.
Ah, yes, rereading. To reread means to read something again that you've read before, and there is a special cozy comfort in returning to a story you already love.
There is. With a new book, you don't know what will happen, but with an old beloved one, you know every turn. And somehow, knowing the ending makes it more peaceful.
That's so true. It's like visiting an old friend's house. You know which chair is softest, where the warm light falls. There are no surprises, only the comfort of the familiar.
Familiar is the perfect word. It means well known and easy because you've met it many times. A familiar book asks nothing new. It welcomes you back in.
Do you have a book like that, Jake? One you return to again and again whenever life feels heavy?
I do. There's an old novel I've read 10 times. A novel is a long story book that is made up. This one feels like a warm blanket for my mind.
What is it about, if you don't mind sharing, just gently, the heart of it?
It's about a quiet family in a small town living through ordinary days. Nothing dramatic happens, but it's full of kindness and small joys and gentle people.
That sounds perfect for a hard day. Sometimes we don't want excitement or fear from a story. We just want to sit for a while in a calm and kindly world.
Exactly. And every time I read it, I notice something new. A small line I'd missed. A feeling I understand better now because I have changed since then.
That's the beautiful thing about rereading. The book stays the same, but you are different each time. So the story meets the person you are now and tells you something new.
Yes. A book you loved as a teenager feels different at 40. The words haven't moved, but you have. The story has waited, patiently, for the new you.
It's almost like the book grows up with you. Or perhaps it holds still, like a calm pond, and each time you look in, you see a different reflection.
What a lovely image, Emma. And speaking of how books change us, can I ask you something? Is there a book that changed the way you see the world?
Oh, that's a big question. Yes, there is one. I read it when I was young and a little lost, and it showed me that others felt the same things I felt.
That's such an important gift, to feel less alone. Sometimes we carry a feeling and think no one else has felt it, and then a book says, "You're not alone."
That was exactly it. I read this story and I thought someone understands. Someone wrote down the very thing in my heart that I could never say out loud myself.
That's the deep comfort of books, perhaps more than anything. They reach across time and distance, and they whisper to you, "You are not the only one who feels this way."
Yes, a writer who lived 100 years ago can still touch your heart today. Their words still warm, a stranger they will never meet. It's remarkable.
It is. For me, there was a book that taught me to slow down. It was about a man who left his busy life to live simply, near the woods.
Ah, simply. To live simply means to live with few things and without rush, noticing what truly matters. That's a gentle way to live and a hard one to learn.
It is hard, but that book planted a seed in me. After I read it, I began to walk more slowly and drink my tea slowly.
And that's how a book changes us, not all at once with a loud lesson, but quietly, like a seed, growing slowly inside you long after you close the cover.
Yes, you may not notice it at first, but months later you find you are a little gentler, or wiser, or calmer, and the book is somewhere deep inside that change.
That's a beautiful way to think about reading. Each good book leaves a small mark on us, and over a whole life, all those marks together quietly shape who we become.
They do. We are made in part of all the stories we have ever loved. They live on inside us, soft and lasting, like old songs we still know the words to.
And I love that you can carry that comfort anywhere. A book fits in a bag, in a coat pocket. Wherever you go, you can take a quiet world along.
That's so true, Emma. When I travel, I always bring a book. On a long train or in a lonely hotel room, a familiar story makes anywhere feel like home.
Yes, a book is wonderful company when you're alone. You're never quite lonely with a good story open in your lap. There's always a voice there, keeping you company.
And waiting somewhere, a book turns it into a gift of time. Waiting for a bus or in a quiet office, open a book, and that empty time becomes a peaceful escape.
That's a kind way to see waiting. Instead of growing restless, you slip into a story. The minutes soften and pass gently. You might even hope the bus is late.
I've felt that. A little sad when my stop arrives, because I wanted one more page. The story was just getting warm, and I had to fold the corner and step away.
Folding the corner. Some readers love it, some can't bear it. A folded corner to mark your page is called a dog ear. Do you dog ear your books, Jake, or use a bookmark?
Oh, I confess, I'm a gentle dog ear. My favorite books are soft and worn, with folded corners and tea stains. To me, that's not damage. That's love.
I feel the same. A worn book tells a story of its own. The cracked spine, the pages, the notes in the margin, a quiet record of the hours you spent together.
The margin is the empty space around the edge of the page. Some people write notes there as they read. I love finding notes in old, second-hand books.
Oh, me too. A second-hand book is one someone else owned before you. And sometimes you find a note, a name, or a pressed flower left behind by a reader long ago.
It's like a whisper from the past, isn't it? Someone sat where you sit now, loving these same words. You'll never meet them, but for a moment, you're reading together.
That gives me a warm feeling in the chest. Books connect us, not only to the writer, but to every quiet soul who ever opened the same pages and was moved.
And that's why I love giving books as gifts. When you give someone a book you love, you're saying, "This touched my heart, and it might touch yours."
It's one of the most personal gifts there is. You're not giving paper and ink. You're sharing a piece of how you see the world and hoping they'll see it too.
Yes, and if they read it and love it, you have something to share forever. You can talk about the characters like old friends, a quiet bridge between you.
My partner and I do that. We read the same book, a little each night, and talk about it over breakfast. It's become a soft thread running through our days together.
That sounds wonderful, Emma. Reading together but separately, and then meeting in the middle to share it. Two imaginations, walking through the same story side by side.
It is, and reading to a child may be the sweetest sharing of all. To pass a beloved story down from your hands to theirs, the way it was passed to you.
Oh yes, there's something so tender about that. The same words you heard as a child now in your own voice, going gently into a new, small pair of ears.
Hand it on, like a candle. One warm light gently lighting another and another through all the years. Stories are passed from heart to heart that way, never quite going out.
And it costs so little. A quiet half hour, a soft voice, a book held open. But the comfort it gives to the child and to you is much larger than that.
That's the gentle truth of so many good things, isn't it? They ask very little and give so much. A book, a few slow pages, can warm a whole tired evening.
It can. And that's why books feel like faithful friends. They're always there. They never grow tired of you. Whenever you need them, you open the cover.
A friend who waits patiently on the shelf, asking nothing, ready whenever you are, who carries you away or holds you close or sits beside you in the quiet.
It really is, Emma. And the lovely thing is, this friend is open to everyone. You don't need money or any skill. You only need a little quiet and curiosity.
That word, curiosity, is a nice one. Curiosity means the wish to know more, to explore and discover, and reading feeds it gently all life long. There's always another story waiting.
Always. You could read every day of your life and never reach the end of the books in the world. Isn't that a comforting thought? You'll never run out.
It's a beautiful kind of endless. An ocean of stories, and you get to drift along it slowly, choosing where to go for as long as you live. There's no last page.
And you can read in any mood. When you're happy, a bright, funny story. When you're sad, a gentle, kind one. When you're curious, a book that teaches you something new.
Yes, there's a book for every feeling and every season of life. Books to make you laugh, books to make you cry, and quiet books to keep you company.
And no one ever needs to know what you're reading, or why. It's wonderfully private. A book is a quiet room inside your own mind that belongs to you alone.
I love that, Jake. In a noisy world, reading is one of the last truly quiet, private pleasures. Just you, and the page, and the gentle voice of the story.
And it asks for nothing in return. No likes, no scores, no hurry. It just gives and gives. The longer I live, the more grateful I feel for this comfort.
Me too. I sometimes think if I ever felt very alone in the world, I would still have my books. And somehow, that thought makes me feel safe, held, quietly accompanied.
That's a tender thing to share. And many of our listeners feel the same. Perhaps one is listening now, in bed with a favorite book waiting on the table beside them.
Oh, I hope so. If that's you, dear listener, I'm so glad. Read a few slow pages tonight if you like. Let a gentle story carry you to sleep.
And don't worry if you read slowly, or read a page twice, or fall asleep before the chapter ends. There are no rules here. Reading is yours to do.
That's so important. Some people feel they should read fast or read clever, difficult books to prove something. But reading isn't a race or a test, it's a quiet pleasure.
Yes, read what you love. If a book isn't kind to you, gently put it down and choose another. There are far too many lovely books to waste on a dull one.
That's permission a lot of us need. You're allowed to stop a book you don't enjoy. There's no prize for finishing. The only reason to read is the quiet joy of it.
And the same is true for learning English. You don't have to read hard books to grow. A simple, kind story, read slowly, teaches you more than you'd think.
That's a beautiful point, Jake. Reading in a new language is one of the loveliest ways to learn. The story pulls you along, and the words sink in.
Yes, find a simple story you love, perhaps one you know in your own language, and read it gently in English. Don't stop for every word. Let it carry you forward.
And let yourself imagine as you read. Picture the people, the rooms, the weather. When you imagine the story, the English stops being just words and becomes a living world.
That's the heart of it. When you read, you're not only learning English, you're getting lost in a story, the same as any reader. A wonderful place for a learner to be.
It is, so perhaps, dear listener, this is your gentle invitation. Find one small book, make a quiet hour, and let yourself fall softly into the comfort of reading.
What a kind invitation. And it doesn't matter where you start. A children's book, a short story, a few old beloved pages. Begin small and simply begin.
Yes, the first page is the only hard one. After that, the story takes your hand. And before you know it, you've forgotten the time, and you're simply, peacefully reading.
There's that lovely feeling again. Getting lost in a story. We started there, and here we are, back at the same warm place, the very heart of the comfort of books.
It is, to be carried away for a little while into a kinder, quieter world, and then to come home again, softly changed, a little calmer, a little less alone.
Beautifully said, Emma. I think that's a gentle place to slow down and gather up the warm ideas we've shared today, before we say our soft goodbye.
Yes, let's. Our first word today was book. Book. A set of pages with words we read. We talked about books we keep beside our beds and carry wherever we go.
Our second word was story. Story. A tale about people and what happens to them. We remembered the stories we loved as children and how they carry us away.
Our third word was read. Read. To look at words and understand them. We talked about reading slowly, at night, and how a few gentle pages can lead us softly toward sleep.
And our fourth word was imagine. Imagine. To make a picture in your mind. We remembered how, when we read, we build the whole world of the story inside our imagination.
4 simple words. Book, story, read, and imagine. If you remember even one tonight, that is wonderful. You've done so well just by being here with us.
You really have. And remember the ideas we shared. How getting lost in a story can carry the busy world away and leave us calm for a little while.
We remembered the books we loved as children, read to us by someone dear, and how a story has meant love and safety since before we could even read.
We talked about reading in bed with the lamp turned low, and the smell of an old book, the soft quiet of libraries, and the little bookshops we love to wander in.
And how the characters in a book can feel like real friends, how we hope for them and miss them, and how caring for them makes our hearts softer.
We talked about rereading a beloved book, like visiting an old friend's house, where everything is warm and familiar, and how the story waits patiently for us to return.
We shared how a book can change us, slowly, like a seed growing inside, and how a story can whisper across time that we are not alone in the things we feel.
And we remembered the joy of sharing books with the people we love, reading together, giving a story as a gift, and passing a favorite tale down, like a warm candle.
Such warm and gentle ideas. We hope they stay with you, like a story you keep thinking about long after the last page is turned and the book is closed.
Well, that brings us gently to the end of our time together today. Thank you so much for spending this calm, quiet hour with us. It means a great deal.
It really does. Thank you for letting us keep you company today with soft words and gentle stories. We're so grateful you chose to spend this peaceful time here with us.
We hope you feel a little calmer now than when we began, and we hope you'll open a good book later and let a gentle story carry you somewhere kind.
Remember, you don't have to be perfect at English or anything else. Just keep listening and reading a little at a time. Be patient and be very kind with yourself.
And remember to carry a little story with you. Read a few slow pages tonight. Share a book with someone you love. Let a good book be a friend all week long.
We'll be right here next time with another slow and gentle conversation whenever you need a calm place to rest and read and listen for a while.
Until then, please be very gentle with yourself. Rest when you're tired, read when your heart is quiet, and take good care of your kind and gentle heart.
From both of us here at Calm English, thank you and good night. Sleep well, breathe slowly, and take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. We'll see you next time. Goodbye for now, and may a good book carry you gently and softly into the rest of your day.